Hey you, what's up? Came to this video seeking ancient secret wisdom. I'm more than happy to share this information with you, under one condition though. If you learned something new in this video, please leave a like and subscribe. That is all I'm asking. Alright, enough screwing around. Welcome to the video. Let's talk guns and Warzone now. Everyone has been using the M13 recently, calling it the God gun, the ultimate beamer and whatnot, but I am here to prove to you that the M13 is far from the ultimate gun and that there is actually a much better gun that you should start using immediately to win more gunfights and beam everyone at any range. Let me now break down what requirements I have set on the guns that I will be testing in this video. Alright, let's look at the guns that I picked for this test now. Regarding the attachments, I always aim for a mixture of damage range, accuracy, high magazine capacity, and staying off the radar with a silencer. That is, in my opinion, the most optimal way to run this build. Really quick, you might notice that some of the guns are actually missing, and that's because they just don't fit the bill, like the FAL. It's only semi-automatic, so that doesn't exactly fit the bill of a beamer. Same goes for the Odin. It's quite simply too slow in all aspects. Handling, aim down sight speed, it's just not enough to compete with the other guns in the list. Same goes for the Scar, and actually even the AUG, which by itself, by default, is quite quick, but it's not really accurate. So when you want to make it accurate and get the extra range on it, it actually ends up being quite slow, and the rate of fire is quite poor as well. So that's why I'm excluding it from this list. Alright, let's look at some stats real quick. I measured damage stats from close to mid-range and calculated the time to kill according to the maximum possible health pool in Warzone. As you can see, the AK-47 kills the fastest and the M13 kills the slowest. There, take that, all of you M13 fanboys. It is now time to look at the recoil chart. What we are looking for is a stable recoil pattern. In my own experience, I found that the AK-47, the Ram 7 as well as the M4 were the most difficult to use when it comes to fighting recoil at least. Now on the other side, the easiest weapon to use were the M13, the Grau and the Kilo. Now hold on a second, you might say, oh guts, but look at the Grau, it has a super long recoil pattern, that surely can't be good. Well, in reality, it's perfectly manageable on both keyboard and mouse and controller. If you look at the recoil pattern, it really has no abrupt changes in it and it only really goes upwards the whole time. Now it's time to break down some of the individual guns and their respective pros and cons, rating them from worst to best. Man, I love the AK, I really do, but not in Warzone. It does kill fast, but it has a very slow rate of fire, which will punish you, especially if the target is moving. Handling is slow, recoil is all over the place, and the magazine capacity just doesn't cut it. Up next, we have the Ram 7. It has an amazing time to kill, as well as rate of fire, but it has a very poor recoil pattern, which just tears you off target, I find. Also, you only get 50 rounds, and that paired with the fast rate of fire will not last you long in a firefight at all. Let's move on to the M13, the God gun. Oh, were they wrong. This weapon has the lowest time to kill out of all the guns that I tested, and not even that, it has the slowest time to kill out of all the automatic rifles in the game. And it isn't even that accurate. Up close, it feels like a beamer, but even at mid-range, it'll pull you off target much like the Ram 7 does. Okay, moving up the list, next is the M4. And I was honestly surprised how wild the recoil is on the M4 when using longer range engagements. It has a lot of things going for it though, like the time to kill, the rate of fire, and the magazine capacity. It's kind of middle of the pack when it comes to these things, but it's just not the gun that we are looking for, due to the wild nature of the recoil, as I mentioned. Okay, let's talk Grau. the Grau 556. At first, I believe this might be the ultimate beamer. While its time to kill is quite poor, it more than makes up for that with its accuracy, a magazine capacity that will last you a long time. But the rate of fire isn't ideal though, which only leaves one weapon that actually beats the Grau in all of its strengths and doesn't have so many downsides to it. Oh man, the M13 fanboys are going to hate me. But hey, here you go. I present to you the Kilo. It might be middle of the pack when it comes to time to kill, rate of fire, but the accuracy is simply the best out of all the guns that I tested. I mean, you barely even have to adjust or fight the recoil at all. This is the best close-mid, long-range, fully automatic gun that you should be using in Warzone. Here are the attachments that I used to kit out this build. Now, let's look at a great class setup for you guys to use in Warzone. Obviously, the Kilo will be the mainstay in this class. We will be running cold-blooded to avoid getting spotted by the hordes of thermal snipers. Also, we will be running overkill with this build, and my secondary will be the MP7. I think you guys will have a lot of success with this MP7 build. Try it out. Last perk will be amped to switch weapons quickly and throw equipment faster. Speaking of equipment, lately I've been having a lot of success with the C4, you know, blowing up cars and attacking people indoors remotely. But let's not forget about the heartbeat sensor, which is an essential when playing Warzone. And that is it for the loadout. Now hold up, wait a second, don't click off the video just yet. If you do, I have a feeling like something terrible might happen. All jokes aside, I'm also streaming on twitch.tv, so if you'd like to come by and hang out, that would be really amazing. I really hope you learned something new, and I'll see you in the next video.
Fuck him up, dude. Good, it's good. In front of you. Beautiful. Oh, too bad.
I killed him with the Molotov I should have fired.
Yeah, you should have. If you fired, you would have beat him, I think.
Yeah, I didn't think he would challenge.
Yeah, me neither.